right. Well, the Celtics. I guess it's time to talk about my beloved Celtics. What I predict for the week 3-0. I'm a dumbass. We went 1-2. We beat Chicago. Shocker. That team's garbage. That team's toilet water. Then we go to play the San Antonio Spurs, and we're doing our thing. We're killing it. We're killing it. And then we have the third quarter, and that's where it kind of fell apart. Got blown up. I think what did we get outscored in that game in that third quarter? It was bad, Amir. Did you watch any of it? Did you watch any
you
Celtics?
guys got blown out 16 points in the third quarter.
Sorry, no. It wasn't the third quarter.
The second quarter.
God
damn it, we look like idiots. Please, we can't do this on live. Imagine if we were on live YouTube right now. All right, go.
And then we went to if we were on live YouTube, I'd have a notebook with everything written down.
Yeah, I know. Me too. Anyways, go ahead.
So then we go to play the Spurs. And, first quarter comes by, 30-25, we win. That's okay, standard, right? That's a standard game for us. And then the second quarter came. We lost 36-17. It's the worst quarter we played this year, Amir. It's the worst one we played this year. 17. And then the third quarter came, and we won 37-21. So I'm like, okay, we probably won. It was just probably a bad quarter, right? Nope, we lost. And you know what the craziest thing is? Kemba Walker, right? He came back this past week. And I didn't talk about it the previous week because, well, I don't want to get too ahead of myself. He did look decent against Philadelphia, but it's one of those things where adrenaline was high. He was happy to come back, had 19 points. Looked fine, but I didn't want to talk about it and get ahead of myself. Then we play San Antonio, and he has 14 points. Game on the line, he says, okay, it's a tied game. It's Kemba time, right? Jason Tatum's like, I kind of want the ball. Jalen's like, I could take it. And Kemba's like, my turn. Dribbles around the side. DeJounte Murray just pokes it, takes it. They win the game. Spurs win, right? And I'm sitting there in disbelief. I'm like, Kemba, you got to at least try. I was like, okay, whatever. Lakers game coming up. It's his turn. He's going to set the world on fire. He's going to say, hey, you know what? I'm back. This is how I'm going to redeem myself against the Lakers. Absolute garbage. 1 for 12, 4 points on the night. He was horrific. Against the Lakers as well, Jalen and Jason continued their dominance, combined for 58 points, outscored Anthony Davis and LeBron, that duo. Tatum had 30, Jalen had 28. They looked good. Problem was, they didn't get any help from anyone else. We had two other players scoring double digits, 10 points from Daniel Tice and 10 points from Robert Williams, who, you could make the argument they only had 8 points each. You want to know why, Amir? Because I saw them each tip in a rebound in the Lakers basket. So they scored 4 points for the Lakers, and we lost by 1. If we had the ability to grab a rebound, we could actually have won that game. And you know what the messed up part is? You want to know what the most messed up part is?
What?
Aaron Nesmith had to come in and play. And I'm like, okay, please just don't screw up. He gets the ball 1.7 seconds into the game. He turns it over. I'm like, oh, God. I'm fuming, right? I'm losing my mind. I'm like, please. Then the fourth quarter comes. Marcus Smart, hurt, out for the game. I'm thinking, oh, my God. I saw him grab his calf.
Whoa!
I thought, okay, maybe it's just a cramp. Right? That's me being hopeful. And then I see a freaking Celtics reporter on Twitter, not verified, but they have like 27K followers. So, So I'm like, okay, what's he saying? He says that looks exactly like what happened to Kevin Durant on the Warriors. So
Twitter doctors, of course.
Well, he's a Celtics writer, so I thought, okay, he's gonna at least.
So that means he can automatically die.
He'd at least be more rational. He'd at least be a little bit more rational because he knows he has a huge following. Instead, he puts the whole Celtics fan base into a panic, and then I'm like, oh God, Marcus is out with a ruptured Achilles. That's the worst possible fear. And then it came out like in the fourth quarter that was just they were considering a strain. And I was like, okay, strained calf. That's not that bad. We still lost.
You don't listen to Twitter doctors, Caleb.
Hold on.
Davis got hurt in the fight.
You might be saying, okay, Caleb, then what happened in the fourth quarter? Well, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown took over and they were doing amazing. And then Kemba Walker said, my turn. And I was like, no, please, Kemba, please stop. And he goes, nope, Kemba time. So the last possession, it's a 1-point game.
Yes, I want to break that down.
Gets it in the post. Kemba Walker goes in and pokes it loose. I'm like, oh, shit. I'm like freaking out. Kemba gets the ball for no reason at all, throws it right to Alex Caruso with Jaylen Brown like right beside him. And Jaylen has to smack the ball and like chase it down in the corner. There's like 6 seconds left. I'm like, Brad, please call a timeout. Please call a timeout and get the timeout going. And I know you want to talk about should they have called a timeout. Well, Jason Tatum was trying to call a timeout. He was signaling to Brad Stevens the timeout thing, and Brad was like, And then the ball found its way to Kemba Walker. Kemba pump fakes, goes around a guy, step back, mid range. What do you think's going to happen? I tell you what I thought. I tell you what I thought was going to happen. I thought he was going to make it because that's the one shot I trust him with because he ruined my college basketball team's whole entire future with that move. And you know what he does with it? He misses it. He misses it. So back-to-back games, Kemba Walker says it's Kemba time. And I'm like, please, Kemba, please, stop. Stop. You're losing it. He lost us both games. I'm not even going to pin that one on him that much because that's more on Brad Stevens not taking the time out when the ball's rolling around the court and there's a bunch of bodies jumping everywhere. But it's just back-to-back games this week were lost in a heartbreaking way. And it's just so upsetting to see, especially like games you're really invested in, right? Like Lakers Celtics, that's a big rivalry. You're really invested into that as a fan. And then to lose that way, it sucks. But I was super, super, super worried about the Marcus Smart injury. But what they're saying today is 2 to 3 weeks. So that's not bad. We dodged a huge bullet there. We've dodged actually 2 massive bullets because they're reporting Peyton Pritchard had a torn ACL, and that just came out to be a tweaked knee, which is 1 to 2 weeks. So Celtics media writers, please stop jumping to conclusions and just let the actual reports come out. Please, I'm begging you, please. I can't take any more scares.
I think you forgot in the finals last year when Anthony Davis went down and every single person said, that's an Achilles. All the Twitter doctors came out. That's how Twitter works.
They make me sick.